Hi, I'm Rachel Hensley. I am the relationships editor for I Am Magazine. I'm very excited to be here and be able to speak with you about all these different relationships that we have in our lives. When you think about it, we have business relationships, we have intimate relationships, we have relationships with our children, we have relationships with our friends, our co-workers. There are so many different types of relationships out there. And I think the main thing is how we handle those relationships. As I started this piece, I couldn't help but think, what is the most important part of any relationship? And I started thinking to myself, I think the biggest relationship that we need to worry about at any given moment is the relationship that we have with ourselves. I think that as mothers, as business women that are out there trying to make their way, as wives, as friends, there's so many different roles that we play, ladies. We don't get paid for those roles. But in the end, how we feel about ourselves is the most important thing that we will ever do. We cannot possibly be happy if we don't love ourselves. I think for me, it took me a long time to get to that point, and I am still a work in progress, ladies. I am nowhere near where I want to be. But the I Am Project has changed that. When I had my pictures done here, it absolutely opened a whole different world for me, because when I saw the pictures, I was like, I know this woman. This woman has been gone for so long. I had no idea how different I am now and how I needed to find her again. I think that we tend to, I chose the word worthy because we lose our self-worth along the way sometimes. I know a lot of women that struggle with different areas, the way that they feel about themselves or the relationship that they are in. I think that we tend to react in different ways. I think we live in the past a lot. I know for me, I would listen to sad song after sad song and put myself in a bad place. So I think the first steps that we need to think about is, how can we as women be happy? I've even been reading this book, The Happiness Project, and kind of designing something for myself. I think that we tend to put ourselves in those moods. We have control about how we feel. We have control about how others makes us feel. I think that how we react is the biggest issue. When people talk to us or they say something negative and we let that break us down, that has to do with us. You know, they might be mean people or they might be rude people, but how we perceive it, because words should never hurt us if we love ourselves. Others' opinions, they shouldn't matter. And it took me 38 years to realize that. I was the girl that was insecure at times, and I never really opened up about how I was feeling. For years I would sit and think about how fat I was or how I didn't feel worthy, putting myself in unhealthy relationships, unhealthy friendships, unhealthy situations just with people in general, because I wanted to be loved. I wanted someone else to make me happy. But the truth is, we cannot look for happiness in others. We have to find that within ourselves. We can't let someone else be the reason that we're happy. We have to find that within ourselves. Some suggestions that I would have is stepping outside of your comfort zone, making a list of things that you want to accomplish. It could be little things, but these accomplishments and these goals need to be about you, not about your kids, not about cleaning, not about doing something for your husband, some goals for yourself. Some of the ones that I had put was to start hiking again, to step outside my comfort zone and do this photo shoot that I did for I Am Magazine. Now I'm the relationships editor, and it's been the most exciting thing that I have done in years. I make small goals, little things, going to a restaurant by myself, going to get my favorite cup of coffee, trying a new restaurant, picking a different color that I've never picked before, and changing up my music. You don't have to listen to sad music, ladies. You don't have to listen to things that bring you bad memories. Start making some things or memories that make you happy. There are so many reasons that women fail when it comes to loving themselves, and we're going to explore all of those areas. But right now, I want you to think. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to think about something that makes you truly happy. Not an individual, not someone's voice, not a song. Something that truly makes you happy. I want you to think about how it makes you feel inside. Why does it make you feel so happy? What does it do to you? And then think about how long has it been since you've done this happy thing. I know for me, I hadn't been hiking in years, and I actually got to go out west over the summer, and I did a little bit of hiking. And it was an eye-opening experience because I had forgotten a part of me that I'm from Eastern Kentucky, and when I was growing up, I stayed in the woods. That was something I had stopped doing, and I love it. I have been on a journey that has been long, has been hard, has been lots of different emotions, but the biggest thing is I haven't quit. Past 2 years has been a life-changing experience for me. I actually cleaned out my circle of friends because I think a lot of times we have people that surround us that bring us down, that they don't support us. They're only there when they need something, or maybe they're there, but are they really your friends? Are they really the people that's pushing you and encouraging you to do better? I think a lot of times we get ourselves in a situation where we have friends that are just friends that you go out with, or friends for different occasions. I don't know about you, but I don't want a special occasion kind of friend. I want a friend. I have one that I've had for 34 years. We have had our ups and downs. We have been through so many things, but I could not imagine life without her because I know she always supports me. She always has my back. And a lot of people can't say that. And I think as we've gotten older, friendships and things like that are not as close as they used to be. I think that, you know, something about women, we become women that become jealous when someone does better than us. When you work with a lot of women, there is women that tend to throw you under the bus to make themselves look better in certain situations. There is women that are always going to hate something about you. There is women that is always going to talk. There is women that is always going to gossip. How we react to that is the biggest thing. We have to learn how to react. We have to know that we are important. We are women that are strong and independent, and we have so many things to offer. We have to quit letting others make us feel bad. We need to work on our inner selves, ladies. How do you do that? You know, it's going to be different for every woman. I think meditation is one of the things that I do that was hard for me, and I had to learn so many different ways to meditate. And it's not closing your eyes and doing your hands like this. It is simply letting things go and releasing things that you don't need to think about anymore. I'm both a spiritual and a faithful person. I pray, and there's a lot of things that I do to try to make myself better. I read a lot, self-care magazines, self-help magazines. I have a large group of friends that they all play different roles. Some of them has been lifelong, some of them has been new friends. And the biggest thing that I look for in a friendship is strong women, strong, independent women, women that I don't ever have to feel like I can't be myself, women that are constantly going to build me up and make me feel better about myself and support me and tell me when I'm doing things wrong. I want a friend that's going to be honest with me. And so I'm going to be honest with you right now. When you look into your inner self, do you like what you see? Do you like who you are? Are you a nice person? Are you a mean girl? Are you a mean woman? I feel like lately I see a lot of women that are so competitive and so mean to each other. Ladies, you have to build each other up. We have got to be stronger women. We allow things to define us that should not define us. We are strong. We are a gift from God. We are something that is amazing. We have every opportunity to make a difference right now. For those of you that have daughters, what do your daughters see when they look at you? Do they see a woman that is strong? Are you teaching them to be independent? Are you teaching them to feel good about themselves, to have high self-esteem? Are you teaching them to be nice? Are you teaching them to not be bullies? I think a lot of times we don't realize the way that we talk to our kids or our friends or family. Our kids are watching, ladies. They see what we do. Let's make sure that we are trying to be more proactive about the words that we use, because once you speak it into the atmosphere, it's out there. I think there's a lot of times that I talk, or I used to talk, and sometimes I catch myself doing that when I should just be listening. And I think as women, we're not all good listeners. I know that that is something that I need to work on. So I encourage you to first work on in your inner self, because if you are not happy with yourself, you cannot possibly be in a healthy relationship with a spouse or significant other. You cannot be a good friend. If you are not 100% happy with yourself, it's hard to be happy with other people. And I suggest making a list of things that make you happy, things that you need to work on. I'm a list maker, so maybe there's another way that you need to do it. But trying to find a way to work on yourself. Let's really dig deep. Let's look into our soul, our spirit. Make a list of things that has made you miserable over the years. Or maybe there's something that you are holding on to that you can't let go of. I know for me, I had so many things that I didn't let go of. I lived in the past. I couldn't just live in the moment. I always kept looking back instead of looking forward. And that's a hard thing to do. It's hard for all of us. We have the tendency to be emotional beings, and it's just in our makeup. And it's okay, because it's okay to cry. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be all those emotions wrapped in one at one time. But we need to figure out what it is that's holding us back, what it is that's not making us happy. What can we do to become happy, strong women? What can we do to feel good about ourselves? What can we do to be more supportive to the women around us? I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you, because there is so many things that we need to talk about. And I hope that as these discussions go and these posts go, that I'll be able to hear from some of you guys and girls out there. I feel like that we tend to manipulate situations sometimes, and I've watched women in restaurants or out to dinner and how they talk to each other, and I would notice the gazes that they would give to the person beside of them, and I kept thinking, is that really their friend? Are they really supporting this person? Or I would see a woman in tears, and I'd always think, who hurt her to make her feel that way? What does she feel about herself to make her break down like that? So really think about what it is that's going to make you happy. Really, really think about it. Be open with yourself. Be honest with yourself. It is ugly when you start letting things go, because you have to face them. We can't run from our problems. We can't pretend they are not there, because we still feel them. Maybe it's a heartbreak that you had. Maybe you were in a bad relationship, an abusive relationship. Maybe your mom or dad wasn't there for you. Maybe your spouse cheated on you. There's so many different things that a lot of women are angry about. But ladies, we have to learn to let go. We have to learn to forgive ourselves. I think that's a very hard thing to do, is forgiving yourself. It can take years, but you have to learn to let go. We have to find inner peace and become happy with ourselves. We should never let someone else be able to define us. We have to think about all that we are, all that we want to be. Maybe make a list of future goals, the things that you really want to do. Take a step. Take a step towards achieving one of these goals. One of mine was to do a 5K. I've never done that, and I've just started working out again, so I'm really nervous about that. But I thought, you know what, if I can't run it, I will walk it, because my goal is just to complete it. I don't care if I come in dead last. I don't care what everyone else thinks. I care about how it's going to make me feel on the inside. And I hope that you will take steps to do the same exact thing. I'm not a professional. I'm not a relationship specialist. But I have been through a lot of things in my life, and I have a lot of strong women that support me, and they are so enlightening. It's very important to find those people around you, and I hope that you will think about cleaning your circles up. Maybe there's friends that bring you down, or they always make you feel bad about yourselves. There is women out there that talk about you behind your back, and maybe you've walked into one of those conversations. It's a hard thing to hear, but how you react is, one of the big things. Make sure that you are working on you. No one else should be able to make or break your happiness. It has to start with you, ladies. There is a time for change, and I think that time is now. And I hope that you will sit down, make these lists. Maybe check out the book, The Happiness Project. It's been something good for me to read, and I hope that maybe you'll read that too. I hope that you will consider making a change, because I want everyone to feel as good as I'm feeling right now. This magazine has changed everything about me, and the relationships and the friendships that I have right now, I wouldn't change them for the world. I'm becoming stronger than I've ever been, and I got back that woman that I forgot that I was because she had been hidden for so many years and so scared to show people who she really was. And I hope that you'll feel the same. Until the next blog, I will talk to you later. I'm Rachel Hensley, Relationships Editor for I Am Magazine. Tonight, I'm thankful for being able to do this with you. Thanks.